Well, they definitely teach me how to be a jerk because this album is fucking trash. I'm just kidding, but no really. I mean, not much of this album is like there's like parts of this album that's not really that much trash, but overall, yeah, it's pretty bad. And one of the main points I can point out is that this album is reaching for a deepness when it's quite frankly as shallow as a 2 feet of water, to tell you the truth. It has this little skit thing where, of course, he's meeting his girl, and the skit first starts at like update where he meets his girl and he talks on the phone and he says that he's riding solo and shit like that. And of course, his girl says, I hope you have no more bad days. And it goes back and forth like that. And it ends up to be fucking nothing at the end of the whole album. But hey, the song Cloud, it was pretty fucking amazing. He referenced how people are now listening to Little Yachty and not a person like Biggie Smalls and stuff like that. It kind of gets sour and ruined to the point later on the album Silver and Gold, where he says that old heads are hating on new music, but wasn't he doing that on like when he referenced like a person like a Little Yachty? And at the end of the album, he even names a whole bunch of new artists and stuff like that, which he says that these are all of his contemporaries. But other than that one hit he had, which is Teach Me How to Jerk, which was in 2009, I haven't really been hearing him that much. And I just like to give a shout out to a person like the rap reviewer who actually told me about these people, and I wasn't really feeling them that much. Overall, I think the whole concept of their whole album is nebulous and unneeded at best, just like the skit on their fucking album, to tell you the truth. And at a certain point of the album, it gets pretty dumb, like on No Bad Days, where he says that he wants a girl to rape him, which, I can just see it right now, him having a swollen colon when he woke up to realize somebody strapped a dildo up his ass after they drugged him. I mean, pretty, pretty gross, to tell you the truth. Or on the part like Solo where he says that he doesn't have to repeat himself, but afterwards he rhymes the word with with himself. I mean, hold on. Self with you. He rhymes the word self with you in the chorus, which really kind of defeats the purpose of him even saying he doesn't even have to repeat himself. And on Update, he kind of referenced how Juju on that beat, which I guess is good that a one hit wonder is referencing another one hit wonder. That's pretty nice. Keep it all in the family. And I really like the callbacks to old school, like on Status, where Earl, he calls himself Eric B. I mean, Eric, he calls himself Eric B. That was pretty cool. And on the song Spill Drink, he actually referenced Ice Cube. I thought that that was pretty cool. And towards the end of the album, Come Back Soon, he referenced a whole bunch of artists that I thought that was nice. Ragtop have a sample of Outkast, which bombs on Baghdad, which was pretty cool. Bai has a shout out to Far Side that was pretty awesome. I thought that was nice. Bai also have this weird line about how somebody can't have his number because they don't know how to use Wi-Fi. You know, pretty odd. I mean, you can just call a person on the phone without internet. I mean, theoretically, I guess. On the song Phases, which starts out the new, I guess, the new side of the album or whatever. I don't know why you would have like two volumes of an album that only has 9 tracks on each volume. That's like the shit that Drake did on his whole EP where he only had 2 songs and shit like that. But he calls himself a ghostwriter, and I'm like listening to his bars. Who the fuck did he ghostwrite for? I mean, other than Clouds, the bars are not really that like all inspiring and shit. I mean, Cottonmouth is basically about how he smokes weed with his girl and it gets his throat like dry. Never Give Up is about the old tripe of love is a drug, or I'm in love with drugs and shit like that, which have been tried over and over again. Pump Fake, which I hope was a little pump disc, but no, it's just another brag wap usual. Honda, pretty much this album became like a car ad and shit like that. I mean, there's a lot of mentionings of cars, and he has that little car skit that I don't really care about. Sacrifice is like lyrically the worst sacrifice I heard since Rick Ross Sacrifice from a few of his albums back. And he has this one line where he says, "Oh, yeah, the only way to win the game is not play it. Well, if you stop playing the game, then that's like a forfeit and shit like that, right?" Later has this cool line where his mother says something about you being too grown to live in her house, so you have to move out like a grown man. And he said he did very cleverly. I like that part. He also says that he believes that black men are not cursed, which is pretty nice. But he also believes that you can sell your soul on silver and gold, which I don't really care about. Overall, I mean, what could I say about this album? It's pretty nebulous, repetitive, and it shows by the little skit that leads to nowhere, except for Clouds, which is something I really bump with. I don't really fucking care about this album that much. And Audio Push should have pushed for better audio and writing at the same damn time. And that's how I really feel about this album. Uh, Rap reviewer, I'm glad that you like this album, but not particularly my cup of tea. I'm gonna give this album a 4. Now I hope you all liked my review, and that's all I have to say right now.